Hello again, Nerders and MCOM Disposal Squad fans. Today we are continuing our practice series, what me and my squad are working on. And this time we're actually going on what we worked on Thursday, but because I got sort of busy Friday, I couldn't get the video up until now. So that means some of our practice series might actually be after our match. But don't worry, they're all still going to come out, and I think they will still prove entertaining. And if my team stays in the tournament, they'll still prove useful for us, for our future teammates, and for anyone else who might get a lucky chance to participate. So on Thursday's practice, it was pretty short, but I thought I'd quickly go over what we talked about that day because we still did discuss some things I think can prove beneficial to start thinking about. And this topic I'm covering might come up in a lot more detail in a future video not directly related to Squad Rush, but just directed to positioning in general. We didn't actually get very many games in, so instead of having one of our practice games in here, this is actually just an old Squad Rush I had saved up, but it was short and I thought it would work. So, like I said, yesterday's main focus was our roles and positions. So we're going to start with defense, as that takes a little bit more positioning. And because on defense, really, in a tough match, if you and your team gets completely wiped and set back to deployment, it is going to be much harder to push up and disarm that crate in the, 45 seconds you get. So in most cases, you really want to do whatever you can to keep a mobile spawn up. And that could be a spawn beacon or a person providing the mobile spawn for you. And this will allow you to not only attack from that mobile spawn, but also from your deployment to take different angles, hopefully set your attackers off guard and get to that disarm in time. So to facilitate that role, we have what we're calling the safety. And this is actually something the Sons of Anarchy, if you haven't seen them, their competitive game, sort of do, and we've learned from them. So a link to their channels on the screen and in the description. And this safety is a person who sort of plays a bit behind the objective, plays a bit off, but it's going to do really good on giving you the call-outs and maybe picking off people long range and definitely getting everyone spotted for you. And from this position, you're able to move to support any other players that need it, but you can also move to cover quickly to provide that mobile spawn. Generally here, an assault kit would be best to get long range, maybe even a semi-auto sniper if you're very proficient with it. Then obviously, we put 2 men on each flank, one watching left, one watching right. And these really can be any kit, probably a really controllable LMG or an assault rifle again. And really these guys' goal is just to keep the enemies pinned into the center of the map. We don't want them spread out to the side, we don't want them sneaking behind us, we want to keep them where we can see them in the middle. And then you have one person left, and that person is sort of playing tight on the objective. You never really want to get too far away from that MCOM because you don't know, something could go wrong. In this position, really you could have a PDW, assault rifle, or even an NG. But, in Squad Rush with not very many vehicles, I think the other kits provide a little bit more advantage, so it might not be the best one for you to use. And this person's obviously watching that center path, and he's going to be killing all those enemies coming straight down the middle. Also, that first line of defense right down the objective. But from here, you can easily also shift left and right to give support to your people watching the flank. If you were to give up the center, the safety just moves up a little bit and sort of takes that role for you. And really, like I said, there's not much to it. That's sort of our defensive strategy. We're keeping pretty solid coverage on the entire area. But once people start getting killed, this is where the hard part comes in. You not only have to regain composure and quickly take back the area someone died from, but you also have to do that without ever making a new hole in your defense. So that's where it can really start getting hectic, and you have to really adapt and practice to make sure you can move fluidly and everyone sort of knows their roles and knows where to go when one person gets down. We also did talk a little bit about our attacking routes, but there's nothing really we can share publicly yet. Our opponents could be watching. If you'd ever like to see some more detailed explanations of routes, lines of sight, and things like that, you should definitely check out my Controlling the Battlefield series, which can be found in the linked playlist right there in the middle. And obviously, if you'd like to see more of our practice series or more of my videos in general, you can stay tuned here on my channel, and you'll see some coming soon throughout the whole next week as well. Good luck to everyone competing this weekend, and happy gaming!